Yo, it's your boy Schroe, and welcome back to my dojo. This is going to be the first installment of our 4-video series on playstyles and builds for Dune Awakening. And we're going to start with one that you probably did not expect, the Mentat. My overall goal with this 4-video series is to offer you quick, concise, no-nonsense information on how to use each class as it was intended, as well as offer you advice and give you a quote-unquote build. This is the playstyle of the Mentat. Unlike the Trooper, the Mentat isn't one to rush headfirst into a fight.
Patience is your best friend, whether it's helping your team coordinate on the battlefield or simply being patient enough with a sniper rifle in the back of the room, as well as setting up conditions so that you can decimate anyone that comes near you. Or perhaps you wouldn't want anyone to come near you at all. Luckily, the Mentat abilities will set you up for all conditions. The anti-gravity mine and the gravity mine, zoning tools, and one of your primary kill conditions for any ranged build. Unlike the Trooper variant, these mines last longer and have a much larger radius, though they can be destroyed, which is the only downside. Poison Capsule, Poison Mine, and Poison Tooth, but I'm not going to include it. Both of these abilities are incredibly useful. Just like the Gravity Fields, the Poison Mine does give your Poison Cloud a much larger radius, and Poison Capsule is much safer to use from afar. This poison is actually very good, by the way. It lasts for 50 seconds and will do about 152 damage over the entire duration. If anything, it forces people to use a medkit, which can put you at an advantage, because if you just keep poisoning them over and over, eventually they're going to run out of meds. Food for thought. The Stunner ability. Not necessarily useful on its own, but has good synergy when played with one of your gravity fields, as well as being a useful tool for shooting down enemies that are floating above you in the air. Everybody's favorite friendly sentinel turret. Actually one of the most useful and oppressive tools in the Mentat's toolkit. This does do quite a lot of damage to players' shields, and can actually break a player's shield as well. It can be easily destroyed by any explosive or by shooting at it, but if left alone, can actually do quite a bit of work on its own. The Shield Wall. A self-explanatory wall that allows you to duck behind it and cover yourself even when out in the open. This ability isn't necessarily the best. It can be good in enclosed areas. Any shipwreck or testing station where you are in a hallway or anything else, this could be a pretty effective zoning tool. The golden child of the Mentat skill line, the Source of Power. This ability is very good for helping you to raid bases and to destroy things with a lasgun. But in PvP combat, in actual fights, this can be an incredibly useful tool when combined with a gravity field. If you are playing as a support for your team and you want to be the person that people run back to make sure that they are back in the fight as soon as possible, this is one of the best abilities in the game. It effectively restores your shield incredibly quickly. If somebody's shield goes down, or if somebody is taking a lot of heat or damage, this is one of the best answers, aside from running away, of course. The Hunter Seeker. Admittedly one of the most interesting abilities in the entirety of Dune. I'll admit, the Hunter Seeker's value is not incredibly good right now. And that is because resource scanners and life scanners exist in the way that they do, where you can see players through walls. And while I do hope that in the future they get rid of the ability to be able to do that and remove the handheld life scanner entirely, please, Funcom, please give me a freaking reason to use this ability for scouting. Please. The Hunter Seeker's value increases the more people there are around you. If it's a 2v2 or a 2v3, you may be able to get this off in the very beginning of an engagement, where you can surprise an enemy by shattering their shield, or one-shotting them and forcing them into the down state, putting yourself in an advantage to hopefully get a quick and easy kill very early in the fight. This Hunter Seeker also increases in value the more friends you have, as you can use your friends as the engagement while you sit back and pilot your Hunter Seeker and then try to catch somebody in the commotion. It's an ability that hasn't seen a lot of play yet, but I believe we'll see more play the more and more people get better at Dune Awakening as a whole. And then there's this move. Listen guys, you're not going to convince me this is good. Maybe you can mind game some people with it, but for now, point and laugh! Point and laugh at this thing! The most notable passive techniques are of course your increased headshot damage, as well as exploit weakness, which does not work correctly. Please, Funcom, make this work the way it says in the freaking description. If I hit somebody in the head with a sniper rifle or with an assault rifle, I should be able to hit them again in the head and get the damage buff, not on the toe or the knee. It makes no sense. It just goes to a random place. It's really upsetting. But these are situational depending on what you're doing. And the last notable passive technique is Iron Will, which unfortunately nobody is going to use yet until I release my Bene Gesserit video. But you'll have to stay tuned for that. Now, a good Mentat is always going to play to their strengths, which is what we're going to do with these two passives, the rifle and pistol damage. Having increased rifle damage increases the damage on, of course, your Spit Dart sniper rifle, as well as the famous triple shot rifle that most people seem to be using right now. And of course, our increased pistol damage passive is going to increase the damage on our most important weapon, our Disruptor pistol, as well as the infamous Seethe, if you enjoy that kind of playstyle as well. Headshots galore. As a disclaimer, I will recommend having a Disruptor in every build I post about. However, if you are looking to swap over to a ranged build and try it out in Dune Awakening, and you're interested in the Mentat, I definitely recommend our Regis Disruptor pistol, as well as the triple shot repeating rifle. These are two very good, easy to use weapons, and so it's what I recommend for starting out. But don't think that these are the best weapons, because they definitely aren't. The other rifles may be harder to use, but if you understand how the talents and traits work with each of their distinct, unique effects, which I'm going to let you figure out on your own, by the way, you can actually cause some serious damage. But again, that's for you to discover, and I don't want to take away all your fun. Now that we've briefly spent some time talking about abilities and weapons, let's talk about the gear. I'm just going to keep it simple. Use heavy armor. Anybody that tells you that heavy armor is not worth using in Dune Awakening is just wrong. Sure, you might not be able to dodge as many times in heavy armor, but you're not going to be using your dodge all the time anyway, because you're going to be using your energy bar as a dodge most of the time. Because most range builds should take one specific passive technique, Suspensor Dash. It effectively gives you a secondary dodge button in the air to help you create distance, get away from those pesky melee that are trying to run at you, and reposition when you're using your Suspensor Belt, which is one of your main tools from just getting away from melee, period. Suspensor Dash. Heavy armor. It's that simple. Now let's talk about how you should effectively try to actually fight people as a Mentat. The reason you're using long range is because you don't really want people to come close to you. The reason you're using heavy armor is because you're using long range
you're going to be shooting a lot. And when you are shooting a lot, your shield is going to come down. But that doesn't mean you're always going to get away with just staying long range. Eventually, you will have to fight in close quarters. So let's show you this clip on how to exactly do that. In this clip, I'm inside of a testing station. I'm currently in a PvEVP scenario where I have multiple mobs shooting me, as well as 2 players in the testing station that I have to either try to kill or avoid. Now, I play solo a lot of the time, so I'm going to try to kill this guy and kill the other teammate of his as well. But what to do as a mentat? Don't be afraid to melee as well, by the way. Just because you don't have the melee traits or the blade talents doesn't mean you can't melee. So in this current clip, I'm actually going to run this player down, and you'll see that I have the abilities Dispenser Blast, Gravity Mine, and Source of Power. The reason I have these 3 abilities specifically is, like I said, I am in a testing station, and I have multiple mobs shooting me. In my gravity field, if I get shot by mobs, I'm using my Source of Power to maintain my shield health, so that when I'm getting shot by mobs or a player while within the gravity field, which is one of your main kill conditions, like I said earlier, I can still fight and survive. So watch what I do here. This player comes at me, immediately hits me with the crippling strike, whereas I immediately drop my gravity field, because I know what this player wants to do immediately after this. They want to slow blade. So as soon as I drop the gravity field and it triggers, I use Dispenser Blast to make sure that he gets staggered in the gravity field, which gives me enough time to drop the Source of Power, whereas I then immediately swap to my Disruptor, which I am using a SMG in this case, as I did not have a Disruptor pistol, and I go to immediately break player's shield. You should always try to capitalize on the fact that somebody is in your gravity mine by going for a shield break. Breaking shields is your #1 way to kill players as any ranged build, aside from playing the long range game with the sniper rifle and the poison darts. Immediately go for the shield break as soon as you can, whenever you can. Going after the friend in this encounter was a little bit tricky. They ran around and used the mobs as a deterrent while they waited for their teammate to resurrect in 60 seconds. But because you are using a long-range build and poking people with a sniper rifle, you can use the terrain to your advantage. Some of the testing stations have these incredible little rafters that you can sit upon and use your rifles from afar to stay safe and to potentially set a trap, like I'll display here. Now, believe it or not, gravity field does actually increase the effect of gravity within the zone. Anybody jumping into the zone or falling out of the zone will have an accelerated speed downwards. It will almost guarantee that they go into a downed state from fall damage. But aside from playing solo, how does the mentat work in group play? Well, like I've said a few times already, sitting back, providing support for your team, and sniping with a long-range rifle, preferably a spit dart to apply poison, is definitely the way to go. You can even focus one singular target that is also shooting and wait for their opening in their shield to drop when they shoot, and then prioritize oinking them in the head every single chance you get. It's actually incredibly annoying to be on the receiving end of this type of playstyle and treatment, because you just can't shoot. If you are just solo focusing one guy and he refuses to change location or change his shooting angle, you can just keep essentially pinning him down with your shots from the farthest range possible. Whether it's shooting a poison capsule or poison mine to keep an area blocked off, or using your gravity field to maintain distance, spacing, and zone control, the mentat deserves and receives the class and playstyle that I deem as the stealth archer. Sure, there are other ways to make mentat work in close range, but I'll let you figure those out on your own. The very last bit of information that I will leave you with is this. This is what your weapons should look like, and this is what I recommend using. Not these specific weapons, but a melee weapon, a disruptor, a killing/finishing weapon, a sniper rifle, and a drill shot. Yes, this is 5 weapons on your hotbar. For those of you who aren't good with lots of hotkeys, it's time to learn. There you go, guys. The Mentat. I appreciate you watching. Please like, subscribe, share the video with your friends. Maybe if they've wanted to play a long-range build, this is the video that finally convinces them. But until next time, peace out.
I believe you lied to us, bro.
That was fucking fun, dude. That was literally like the most. Don't kill me! Don't kill me! I'm friendly right now. Don't kill me. Listen, that was fucking crazy. What the fuck is this, dude?
Jesus, good fight.
Jesus Christ, dude. This is the most intense. What the fuck is it? What even guild is this, dude?
It's just a conglomerate of arena goers.
Oh my fucking god! My spice just ran out. Now everybody talk right now. Just go.
What up?
Holy shit, dude, I'm tripping balls. Oh, are you still here? Oh, wait. Forgive me. You're waiting for a talent tree, aren't you? My bad. Just check the description box. See you next time.